Cuphead is racist! That game it's animation style, it's based around those racist cartoons from the 1930s and 40s, so clearly the game is the embodiment of racism. Oh, I can one-up that. It's actually ableist. That's right, it's ableism, and it's just in its most concentrated form, in a form of interactive entertainment. And then I had to go and just shut this shit off and take a couple steps away from my social media feed, because no matter where I went, every single fucking corner of the internet was caked with shit sticking to a wall so fucking bad that even the flies decided, you know what, I can go elsewhere. This is the kind of stuff that I was seeing all the time, based around Cuphead. A game that is supposed to be a nostalgic throwback to run-and-gun style games such as Gunstar Heroes and Metal Slug and Contra, all the fucking greats. And this is a game that I got to play and I enjoyed the living fuck out of, yet now due to the game's difficulty, because it's actually a challenging game, not fucking impossible, an actual challenging game, they think that, that's ableist! And they think because of the art style that it is racist. Literally just haphazardly applying fucking labels wherever they see fit. And this is gamers and journalists that are saying this kind of shit. You've gotta be fucking kidding me that this is what's happening. A game does not deserve this kind of bullshit, yet it's happening anyway. Here, let's go and get something out of the way. If your life is so fucking easygoing that you think the measure of quality of life struggles for any one individual or any one group of individuals is suddenly based around how hard a game is to get through, like that is somehow the peak, or that's what should sit front and fucking center as being the poster child for life struggles, you are the last motherfucker who should be discussing the matters, if at all, ever. Let's get that out of the way first and foremost. I would love to see these motherfuckers somehow sit at a table with people that are actually dying of illness and try to explain to them, oh man, well, I see that you've only got mere weeks to live because, well, what you're currently dealing with is incurable, but I was playing Cuphead. You know, I'm really sorry that your family's off in a separate room and they're crying their eyes out and they don't know what to do because you were actually the breadwinner of the family, and unfortunately, they aren't going to be able to make ends meet, and they're going to have somebody that is kind of the glue of the family is going to end up having to leave them, but Cuphead's really difficult. Oh wait, we're in a world that's on the brink of war? Yeah, but Cuphead is really difficult. I mean, come on, did you see that art style? Totally racist. Wait a minute. Hold on. Different countries right now are currently at war with one another, and they beat and rape and rob people in the middle of streets and sometimes murder them? Yeah, but did you see that first stage on Cuphead? I mean, fuck, I couldn't get past the tutorial stage. How can we even compare that? Come on, Cuphead, come on. That's the type of shit that I actually want to see happen. Like, this is the type of shit that you're trying to bring up and throw around as the fucking measuring stick? Get the fuck out of here. Literally, get the fuck out of here. Find the nearest fucking emergency exit that just so happens to be some Acme type Wile E. Coyote shit that's actually a goddamn cliff, and just keep on fucking trucking until you hit the goddamn bottom and drill your ass to the fucking bottom. Nobody fucking needs it. This shit is fucking ridiculous. To begin with, let me go and actually define ableism for you, just for shits and giggles, because there's gonna be plenty of people out there who are just like, oh, hold up. Ableism? Ableist? Yeah, it's one of those fucking terms that suddenly is just like catching on, because when people don't want to go and like argue or debate anything, they just start lazily applying labels, and they're like, now I won, because if you say anything, you'll be that. Here, and let's find the correlation between this and Cuphead. You ready? Ableism is the discrimination or prejudice against people who have disabilities. Ableism can take the form of ideas and assumptions, stereotypes, attitudes, and practices, physical barriers in the environment, or larger scale oppression. It is oftentimes unintentional, and most people are completely unaware of the impact of their words or actions. And Cuphead is a fucking video game where your little cup people running around and the devil's there and you're shooting all sorts of shit and jumping over things and what the fuck kind of madness in this? And like fucking seriously. This is literally lunatics yelling and screaming until they run the asylum. Because, oh wow, you see them, they're bitching, complaining a whole lot. We should look, I'm a lot fucking louder than them, and at least I speak some kind of semblance of sanity. Let me go and run that shit at least for a fucking hour. Beat and bludgeon these motherfuckers in a fucking heartbeat. I'm dead fucking serious though. They think that this shit right here is ableist because it's challenging. The best part about it is you have gamers and journalists who are demanding that games not only become a lot easier, but get watered down to the point that you can skip entire sections or just skip anything that you want in the game. Now you might say,
yeah, but Alpha, who cares about that? That should be allowed because, well, how's it going to hurt the way that you play the game?
I'll tell you. If you've got a game and you just plan on skipping through all of it, why the fuck did you buy the game? At all? Well, why did you? Or how about this? If you're going to say that it's ableist and then try to go and bring this up as a way to combat the ableism in challenging video games, well, I'm sure that you must have a lot of fucking struggles and apply the same kind of bullshit when it comes to movies.
Wait a minute, I need to watch and listen at the same time? Huh, that's ableism. Wait a minute, a book? I have to read? More than one word? Pages? Ableism. Wait a minute, music? There's more than one track? That one's 3 minutes and 44 ableism.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you really fucking kidding me? This is the type of shit right here. I mean, we've already gone to run this shit into the ground with the fucking jokes about journalists who are incapable of being able to fucking do the most minimal of tasks, which is play the fucking game so that you can actually give a honest to goodness opinion about it. If you haven't watched my fucking video about it, please by all means go and watch it wherever the fuck it's at. It's on my channel, just go and fucking find it. But now you got gamers who are demanding that kind of shit. They're just like, yeah, we should be able to just skip everything and everything should be super easy. Nothing should be challenging. Except for that's part of the fun with video games is that you've got these characters running around in Cuphead. Oh, guess what? They've got enemy patterns, and you eventually learn the enemy patterns. And the bosses, well, they have certain strategies and tactics, and you have to use your preset skills to overcome all of that. Except for they don't want to do that. Like, what do you want? Do you just want to see a start screen and a fucking credit crawl? Is that it? So that you can have the fucking satisfaction and look, participation awards and fucking ass pats everywhere. Oh yeah, that's fucking great, isn't it? This shit is so fucking ridiculous. I'm like, dude, there's so many bad things happening in the world, and this is what they're turning into the fucking mountain, what previously used to be the artist formerly known as an anthill. I don't understand how the fuck you're gonna... I mean, Cuphead is a fucking fantastic game. Should it really be at the center of a storm of stupid, imaginary, fluffed bullshit like this? You are all feigning rage over something just because your lives are so fucking boring. You need something to fight against, so you create monstrosities of problems and then say, I'm gonna combat it. Because there won't be any opposition whatsoever. This is the type of shit that they do all the fucking time. It's a fucking video game. I mean, it's a fucking platforming run and gun game that you think is racist and ableist. Like, the shit that gets me the most about it is that they say all this shit and they want to speak on behalf of everybody. Like, they want to be the ally of many. They want to be the champion. They want their 5 minutes of fucking fame in the limelight so that they can feel like they actually have purpose. And that's the truth of the matter. You take the most mundane, ridiculous shit out there and try making it into a fucking problem. It's a video game. It's a $20 fucking video game that you think is going to be the crown jewel of racism because of an art style that is fucking amazing to look at. Like, Cuphead is a fucking actual visual splendor. I appreciate art style in video games much more than I do hyper-realism, because I think that it takes a lot more talent to go and pull shit off like this. Like, this shit's hand-drawn. Like, I'm talking, like, actually inked and shit. The fucking soundtrack is amazing. Like, you like jazz and shit? This stuff is fucking awesome as hell. Like, my friend Alex, he loves the shit out of it. I've actually listened to the soundtrack numerous different times because of him, because of constantly talking about it and shit. When I got to play the game, was enjoying it more. I like the little cutscenes. I love all the little touches. I mean, the motherfuckers who end up doing this game, dude, they sold over 1 million copies within, like, what, the first week or some shit? And they remortgaged their fucking houses and shit just so that they could get more development staff together. I mean, they went all in on this game and fucking believed in it. And it makes me kind of sick that they end up hearing shit like this. Let me get something out of the way. If the developers ever come across a video like this, I want you to understand something. One, thank you for actually making a badass video game like this that's honestly Game of the Year contendership. But, number two, do not think that the mouth-breathing, slack-jawed, numbskull, dumb-ass motherfuckers of the world that are loud as shit like that speak on behalf of anybody other than their own ignorant-ass selves. And don't think that that's the majority. I assure you, that's the fucking minority trying to make a majority because they want to coax other people to being on their side so that they can feel like they're leading a charge for nothing but boredom. And that's all. We've got a world right now that in multiple different countries that are actual issues that are happening right now. That guess what? They should be discussing, that they should try to help to do something about, but they ignore all that shit and they go after the entertainment industry because, well, there's going to be nobody to fight fucking back there. And this is easy. These are fucking softball pitches. That's why they go after this shit. That's why they try to go and drum up some kind of fucking drama. They think that everything needs to be reflective and all-inclusive of them or they or zer or whatever the fuck everybody wants to go with right now, because this shit is fucking old hat. And don't even get me started on the motherfuckers freaking about JonTron and fucking Hat of Time. Oh my fucking god, that's a fucking goddamn barrel monkeys I don't want to fucking deal with. All of it. All of this stupid. Just, if you are so fucking triggered by a video game that you are going off on a tangent like this, don't play the fucking video game. But I already see through your transparent ass like everybody else with an even fucking iota, even a fucking modicum of common sense that's still rattling around and active in the old head meat upstairs. They can see through you because you're not really bothered by this shit. You're not really angered. You still bought the game. You still played it. You still fucking enjoyed it. You just want it to seem like you're progressive, that you're leading the charge, that you are somehow a much deeper individual than you are, and you aren't. You're about as deep as a fucking gnat's ball sack. You think that you are somehow more important and more special than you are. You are a fucking flesh sack like the rest of us. You are a fleeting moment in time. Just accept that and quit trying to fucking ruin what's supposed to be a fun industry by doing shit like this. Because then you get motherfuckers like me coming in and deciding I'm just gonna dump all this common sense. I'm gonna dump it all out right there. And you know what you'll do? You'll go and say, hey, that's racist, look at him. Alt-righter Nazi? Ah? And the dumbest part about it is you don't even see what kind of damage you do. By constantly calling things sexist and racist and ableist or literal Nazi, by going and applying those labels to everything that you disagree with everything that you don't like, without there being a shred of fucking evidence to back up any of your ridiculous notions and claims, you begin to make those words less impactful. And where they stem from, where they were actually defined, you're literally slapping those who struggled in the first place right in the fucking face. But you don't see that because you just want to be special. That's all. You want to just wave your fucking flag and be like, look everybody, look at me. I'm on your side. Now follow me as I speak on behalf of you. Look at that over there. That's really bad. Look, I have purpose now. I have a struggle too. As you go and step over those who are fucking starving, that those who are dying, that those that are dealing with actual oppression in the fucking world, you'll step over them because, gosh darn it, Cuphead's a difficult game and I don't want to be challenged. Then go play easy fucking games then. How about that? Literally, get good at a fucking game or get gone. Do that. If you can't accept the fact that something's fucking challenging, then you should go and look elsewhere for your entertainment. That's all there is to it. Play Cuphead, everybody. Dead fucking serious. Anytime that you see motherfuckers saying stupid shit like this about any one video game, go buy that video game. Play the living fuck out of it in spite of these assholes and rub it in their face. Because more likely than not, every single game that seems to draw the ire of all these imbeciles usually end up being fucking magnificent and wonderful games. So, I mean, it'll at least be good for you for X amount of hours, however long it takes for you to go and complete the game. And just know this, you're pissing them off just a tad bit more. Stuff like that's awesome. Anyway, opinions, thoughts, feelings, there's a fucking comment box right there. I'm going to edit this, toss it online, and eventually live stream some Prey, I think, or Dead Space, or some kind of horror games. I don't fucking know. By the way, remember to hit the fucking bell beside the subscribe button so you're actually getting all the notifications, because YouTube doesn't like to do that. Because notifications, who knew you had to fucking double subscribe? Yep, double dip that fucking shit, because they really know how to ruin a fucking platform. Anyway, this is AlphaOmegaSin, as always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers game the fuck on!